Hi everyone, sorry this is a bit late, but I went and found the story, The Snail and the Whale. And guess who it's by? Julia Donaldson. I'm just going to start it because it's quite a long story and I'm going to run out of time otherwise. So here we go, I'm going to have to, I'm on the noisy piano stool tonight. So are you all ready? So, this is the tale of a tiny snail, and there he is, and a great big grey blue humpback whale. This is a rock as black as soot, and this is a snail, and he's got an itchy foot. The sea snail slithered all over the rock and gazed at the sea and the ships in the dock, and as she gazed she sniffed and sighed. The sea is deep and the world is wide. How I long to sail, said the tiny snail. She wants to go and explore the world, doesn't she? These are the other snails in the flock who all stuck tight to the smooth black rock and said to the snail with the itchy foot, "Be quiet, don't wriggle, sit still." "Stop, hurt." But the tiny sea snail sighed, and she sniffed. Then she cried, "I've got it! I'm going to hitch a lift." This is a snail trail of the tiny snail, a silvery trail that hooped and curled and said, what does it say? Lift wanted around the world. Who's going to give her the lift then? Let's find out. Oh, these are beautiful pictures. Look at that. That is just a beautiful picture, isn't it? This is the whale who came one night when the tide was high and the stars were bright. A humpback whale immensely long who sang to the snail, oh, a wonderful song of shimmering ice and coral caves and shooting stars and enormous waves. And this is the tale of the humpback whale. He held it out for the for the starlit sea and said to the snail, "Come on, come and sail with me." And there's the snail, look, going on to the tale. It's just the most loveliest book. Pictures, rhymes, everything. And there they are, look, they've gone to the frozen seas. This is a sea so wild and free that carried the whale and the snail on his tail to towering icebergs and far off lands. Isn't it beautiful? With fiery mountains and golden sands. Look at the different places in the world that we can see. Our world is wonderful, isn't it? So lovely. And when all this is over, we'll be able to travel again. These are the waves that arched and crashed, that foamed and frolicked and sprayed and splashed. The tiny snail on the tail of the whale. During all that, look, it stayed on the tail of the whale. Ooh, look, the deep dark ocean. Look at their teeth. These are the caves beneath the waves where stripy fish with feathery fins and sharks with hideous toothy grins swam round the whale and the snail on its tail. Can you see it? Seeing such amazing sights. Oh, look where they've gone now. This is a sky so vast and high, sometimes sunny, blue and warm like we've had, sometimes filled with a thunderstorm, with zigzag lightning flashing and frightening the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. Wow, look at that. Even that's amazing, isn't it? Seeing how powerful our weather is. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at the bear. Wish I could go and see all these lands. And she gazed at the sky, the sea and the land, the waves and the caves and the golden sands. She gazed and gazed, amazed by it all. And she said to the whale, "Oh, I feel so small. Look, so tiny compared to God's wonderful world." But then came the day the whale lost its way. These are the speedboats running a race, zigzagging and zooming all over the place, upsetting the whale with their ear-splitting roar, making him swim too close to the shore. Oh, look at him. This is the blue, the black, the tide slipping away. And this is the whale lying beached in the bay. Oh, look. Quick, off the sand, back to the sea, cried the snail. I can't move on the land, I'm too big, moaned the whale. The snail felt helpless and terribly small. Then he said, I've got it, and started to crawl. I must not fail, said the tiny snail. This is the bell. Oh, it's like us. Can't wait. This is the bell on the school in the bay, bringing the children in from play. This is the teacher holding a chalk. I hope I look a bit happier than her. Telling the children, sit straight, don't talk. And this is the board as black as soot. And look what he's going to write with his itchy foot. And this is a snail with the itchy foot. A snail, a snail. Teacher turns pale. Look, says the children, it's leaving a trail. And this is the trail of the tiny snail. A slivery trail saying, save the whale. These are the children running from school, fetching the firemen, digging a pool, squirting and spraying to keep the whale cool. Look, they're trying to keep him all wet so he can survive on the land. And this is the tide coming into the bay, and these are the villagers shouting, hooray! And as the whale and the snail travel safely away, look at that beautiful picture. Can you see the snail on the tail of the whale? Back to the dock and the flock on the rock, who said, how time's flown, and goodness me, haven't you grown? Can you see the snail going back to the flock on the rock? And the whale and the snail told a wonderful tale of shimmering ice and coral caves and shooting stars and enormous waves, and of how the snail, so small and frail, with a looping, curling, silvery trail, saved the life of the humpback whale. Then the humpback whale held out his tail, and on crawled the snail, snail after snail after snail. Can you see? They all want to be on there now, don't they? And they sang to the sea as they all set sail on the tail of the grey-blue humpback whale. Look at that beautiful sunset. It's a lovely story. Love that book. Never get tired of that book. Now join your hands. Though you don't heed, or any tard, a respite gland. God our Father, we come to say thank you for your love today. Thank you for my family and all the friends you give to me. Guard me, I've forgotten, guard me through the dark of night, and in the morning send your light. Amen. Renutard, a respite gland. Amen. Don't tell anyone I laughed during the prayers. Sorry, it just went blank. And well done, I've had some lovely stories today, really lovely stories. Benji sent me one, George sent me one, don't let me forget anyone. I think Poppy sent me one, I haven't seen that yet. I can have a little look at that. Somebody else sent me one. I'll have to apologise and remember you tomorrow. And Ava yesterday sent me a brilliant one of the snail and the whale, loved it. Reception, don't forget those diagraphs I asked you to do. I think Benji's done it. Make sure you send me that lovely map and answer those questions. And I think somebody else did, so I apologise, I've forgotten. Now it's nearly time to go. Hopefully I'll see you soon, but I'll definitely see you tomorrow for another story, okay? Take care. Mwah. Hwyl fawr. And nos da.